Content warning. This program is rated SPG. Strong parental guidance is required. It contains scenes that may not be suitable for children, including depictions and mentions of sensitive themes such as sexual assault, violence, war, torture, weapons, abduction, mental illness, outdated therapy practices, suicidal ideation, and institutionalization. Viewer discretion is advised. If you find these topics distressing or triggering, we recommend that you do not continue watching. Mahalagang paalala, ang programang ito ay rated SPG. Mahigpit na ipinapayo ang paggabay ng magulang sapagkat naglalaman ito ng mga eksenang maaring hindi angkop para sa mga bata. Kabilang dito ang pagbanggit at paglalarawan ng mga sensitibong paksa tulad ng sexual na pang-aabuso, karahasan, digmaan, torture, armas, pagdukot, mga kondisyong pangkaisipan, hindi na napapanahong mga pamaraan ng terapiya, pag-iisip ng magpapatiwakal, at institusyonalisasyon. Ipinapayo ang pagpapasya ng manonood. Kung ang mga paksang ito ay maaaring magdulot ng matinding pagkabalisa, inirerekomendang huwag nang ipagpatuloy ang panonood.
Princess Diana was known as the People's Princess. Despite her royal status, she went beyond the rules set by royalty and sought connection with her people. Her warmth, kindness, and genuinity touched the people's hearts.
I was born on July 1st, 1961. I lived in a park house near Sandringham in Norfolk. There, I lived alongside my siblings, Jane and Sarah, and my younger brother Charles. I missed him very much. When I was 6, my parents left each other. I still remember the crunch of my mother's footsteps, departing our home on the gravel drive. I'm still quite traumatized from the custody dispute. I've never quite felt the stability of love. I met Charles when he was casually dating my sister, Lady Sarah McCorkerdale, in our family home in Althorpe, where he was taking part of a goose hunt. We met each other at the ploughed field. After our first meeting, our paths had crossed every now and then. I attended his birthday on the 30th of November, and in the summer of 1980 I went over to him. I had recently broken up with my sister, and his friend, Mountbatten, his uncle, had recently been killed. I thought that it would have been nice to see him, see how he was doing. He looked so sad when I walked up the aisle at Lord Mountbatten's funeral. It was the most tragic thing I've ever seen. My heart bled for him as I watched. The rest is history. After our short courtship, we got engaged on February of 1981. I thought that when you're engaged to someone, it means you love them. And oh, how I love Charles. Whatever in love means, he said. At that time, I laughed off at his response. I must admit it had left an indelible wound in my heart. But then we got married on July 29, 1981. The audience baffled me. It was a ridiculous amount of people for just one wedding. Even when I was placed in the eye of the public before, the magnitude of people made me realize that this is my life now. I just remember being so in love with my husband. I couldn't take my eyes off him. I just thought I was the luckiest girl in the world. Though I must admit, at the time, I wasn't actually quite sure if he was in love with me. I believed that he would grow to love me. He wanted our marriage to work, and I knew that. I was just glad to have someone to look after me. Thinking about it now, that day was the worst day of my life. Sometimes I wonder, how did I end up here? In the span of a year, my life drastically changed and upside down. I either had to sink or swim, and I had to learn that very fast. If I tripped up, which I inevitably did, it was because I was new to the game, and a ton of bricks came falling down on me. The world watched as I became someone impossible to reach. It was isolating. The crown felt heavy on my head, and from that day forth, I was the loneliest person in the world, despite millions of people looking at me. Then I found out about the affair. Charles had loved another woman. I found out about the affair through Buckingham Palace gossip. I found out about my own husband's affair through gossip. Can you believe that? He had promised me that he'd remain faithful. He promised. Camilla is the woman he wanted. She who was where his loyalties lie. She who was his priority. Not me. The mother of his children, not me. The woman he married. I asked her, at a birthday party. I had told her that I knew what was going on. And she replied by saying, "You have all the men in the world. What more could you want?" I wanted my husband. I wanted the man I met at the altar, the man I exchanged vows with, the father of my children. Maybe I was the first person in this family to have depression, or was openly tearful about it. No one has ever heard of a royal talk about bulimia or depression. I often wept before and after public engagements, so the pressure of others weighing in to be the perfect, tight-lipped member of the aristocratica. But nonetheless, I spoke out. I see people calling my clarity and my honesty on my bulimia has helped most women seek out for help. They dubbed it the Diana effect. They said if a princess could be bulimic, then so could they. If only I could address why I was hurting myself, then maybe they'd fix that part of themselves too. I changed how people viewed HIV and AIDS with a simple handshake. I am not scared of the people. There is nothing to be afraid of. I challenged the government when I stepped on those landmines. I challenged them to stop ignoring the pain caused by those weapons. I challenged them to put an end to its use. Those landmines were the waste of our lives, limbs and land. It was a plague on the earth. I am not a political figure, nor do I want to be one. I come with my heart and I want to bring awareness to the people in distress. The fact is, I am a humanitarian figure. I always have been, and I always will be. I was placed in a life filled with expectations. Every step I took felt like the public was waiting for me to stumble and report it as a part of my mental instability or incompetence. The paparazzi, the reporters, the camera lights, the tabloids, it never stopped. Even when I am broken, even when I am at my worst. They chased me, followed my every move. Was my life even mine at all? Was it just for theirs to take? Did I go through all of this pain just for it to be consumed by the public? It all happened so fast. After everything my life was. It all ended in a car crash. The paparazzi wouldn't stop taking photos. The camera lights illuminated around the crash. My lifeless body stood still. So this is how it ends for me. Chased until there is nothing left. From being someone who was cheated on, someone who is called mentally unstable, someone who is scrutinized by the public, I became a symbol of strength. I did things differently because I did not go by a rule book. I lead with my heart and not with my head. Someone has got to go out there to love the people and show it. That someone is me, Diana Spencer, Princess of Wales.